Chapter 9, Nutrition and Human Digestive System. Hi everyone, I'm teacher Aida from SMK Infant Jesus Convent. Today we are going to learn Chapter 9, Nutrition and Human Digestive System. And we will focus more on 9.2, which is digestion. At the end of the lesson, you will be able to describe the types of digestion, and also you will be able to analyze the process and products of carbohydrate digestion in the mouth. Let us watch this video so that you will have a clear view about what you're going to learn later.
The digestive process begins before food even hits your tongue. Anticipating a tasty morsel, glands in your mouth start to pump out saliva. We produce about 1.5 liters of this liquid each day. Once inside your mouth, chewing combines with the sloshing saliva to turn food into a moist lump called the bolus. Enzymes present in the saliva break down any starch. Then your food finds itself at the rim of a 25 centimeter long tube called the esophagus.
Now let's recall the previous lesson. In the previous lesson, you have learned the parts of the alimentary canal. Alright, let us continue with our lesson about digestion. What is digestion? Digestion is the process that breaks down large and complex pieces of food into smaller and simple pieces that can be dissolved for easy absorption. Digestion have two parts, right, which is the physical digestion and also chemical digestion. Did you know what is physical digestion? Physical digestion is the mechanical breakdown of food into smaller particles which involve chewing and peristalsis to increase the surface area of food for enzyme action. So you must remember that it involves mastication and also peristalsis. The second part of digestion is chemical digestion. So what is chemical digestion? Chemical digestion is a process of breaking down the food, sometimes we call it decomposition, through a series of hydrolytic reactions by specific enzymes. So you must remember, for chemical digestions, it involves enzyme reaction. Complex substances, sometimes we call it polymers, need to be digested to become smaller molecules, which we call it monomers. For example, carbohydrates is a polymers. It needs to be digested to become smaller molecules, where we call it monosaccharides. Proteins has to be digested to become amino acids, and lipids need to be digested to become fatty acids and glycerols. Okay, now let us learn about the digestion process which begins in the mouth. For example, like I have a piece of bread here and I'm going to chew it. The presence of food in the mouth will stimulate the secretion of saliva from the salivary glands. Yes, I can feel it. Carbohydrate digestion begins in the mouth. When you chew the bread, try to observe the changes in the taste of the bread from the first chewing with the final chewing. Saliva contains enzymes which we call them salivary amylase that will hydrolyze starch to maltose. The pH in the saliva ranges between 6.5 to 7.5, which is suitable for the salivary amylase to act at its optimum. Observe the animation given. So, With the presence of salivary amylase, starch can be hydrolyzed into maltose. Okay, now observe the diagram given. Saliva helps the food to form bolus and makes it easier to be swallowed. When swallowing, the epiglottis will close the trachea opening to prevent the food from entering the trachea. The esophagus actually is a muscular tube which can contract and relax to push the food along. Later, in the esophagus, the food bolus is moved by peristalsis. You can just refer to the diagram given. So what is peristalsis? Peristalsis is the rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the muscles along the alimentary canal. Peristalsis helps to push the bolus through the esophagus until it enters the stomach. Alright, let us do the mind test. Question 1. What is digestion? Question 2. Why is physical digestion different from chemical digestion? Question 3. Which part of the body organ does the digestion starts? You can discuss with your friend and write the correct answers in your exercise book. Let us summarize what we have learned today. First, digestion is made up of two parts, which is physical digestion and chemical digestion. Second, physical digestion involves chewing and peristalsis. Third, chemical digestion involves enzyme reaction. Fourth, digestion of carbohydrates begins in the mouth. And the last, fifth, salivary amylase hydrolyzes starch to maltose. That's all for today. See you again in the next lesson. Bye.